What's happening, folks? So a quick one for those of you who are trying to bring in more money, those entrepreneurial spirits who watch my content. My one viewer, hello viewer, hope you're enjoying yourself. Appreciate your feedback on any of these videos. But if you're trying to bring in more money, maybe you have a startup business, maybe you have a job and you're trying to start your entrepreneurial career, the easiest and the best way to start making some money in today's day and age is by leveraging your personal brand. Okay, so everybody has something to offer. So for example, maybe you come from a background of copywriting, for example. You're very good at the art of conveying a message through text, through the written word. Maybe that's to sell a service, or maybe you previously were in journalism or whatever it might be, or advertising or marketing. You can offer your services. You know, I'm John Doe, the copywriter, and I help businesses write amazing advertisements to sell more, right? That's one example. Another example might be that you're a dietitian. Another example might be that you're a bookkeeper. Another example might be that you know a lot about a certain subject matter. So you might know a lot about the physical body. You might know a lot about gardening. You might know a lot about cars, whatever it is. And what you can start doing then is selling your information or your services to others who need it, who need that help. Doesn't matter if you're 18 years of age, doesn't matter if you're 80 years of age. It's quite easy to set up a personal brand and make 6 figures from it. Some people make 7 figures, some people make 8 figures. But it's very easy to get to a stage where you're bringing in a couple of grand a month. And for a lot of people, especially if you have a job and you know you're kind of limited by your salary, or if you have a startup business or whatever it is, and you know you're struggling a little bit to bring in some extra cash flow, setting up a personal brand is without doubt the easiest way to do it. How do we do this? We have a YouTube channel, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Is the organic growth on TikTok is just unbelievable at the minute. It won't be that way forever, guys, so take advantage of it while you can. But persistence is the key. The first thing you need to do is decide, well, what value can I offer to the world? Can I help other businesses with social media marketing? That's how I got my start. I seen that businesses needed some help with this, because most small to medium-sized business owners were so busy running their business. All of a sudden, social media became an important aspect of their business, but most of them didn't have the time to figure out how to do it. And if they did, it was just an extra task that they had to try and figure out, you know? So they had to delegate it, outsource it, or else figure out how to do it, or get someone in-house to do it. So I started offering my services. I would charge people, you know, $500 a month, and I'd run all of their marketing and their advertising. And I built that up myself to a stage where I was generating about 10K per month, pretty much on my own, just helping businesses run Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google ads, building websites. At the time when I started, I did not know how to run an ad. I went onto YouTube and I learned. I invested in some online courses and I learned how to do it. And I was learning while I was selling. The most important thing is, and a lot of people get caught up with this, they spend most of their time trying to become the best at something, but they never learn how to sell. So you've got all these people out there who are really talented, really skilled at what they do. Maybe it's a subject matter expert, maybe it's a marketer, copywriter, gardener, whatever it is. Somebody with value to offer to either a business or a person. Very good at it, very bad at selling, and they're wondering why they're not getting any business in. You know, so make sure that you spend time understanding client acquisition. Step 1 is very basic. It's exposure. Put yourself out there. People don't know who you are and what you do. They can never become a customer of yours or a client of yours. So you need exposure. Secondly, you need the right exposure. So you're putting yourself out there, but are you putting yourself out there in the right manner? So start recording some videos and listen back to yourself as you speak. Do I sound professional? Is what I'm talking about, is it resonating with my target market? This is another problem with people in business, is that they will spend a lot of time, what am I doing here now? I've got some tree cutting going on. They'll spend a lot of time, wow, I just got so distracted there, guys, sorry. We've got some tree cutting services going on. They speak to their customer in their language. So let's say, for example, I'm a marketer, and all my videos just talk about cost per click, CPR, assessing your data, all this kind of industry jargon that customers don't understand. Whereas if I'm trying to bring in customers who own small businesses, I need to speak to them in their language, which might be something like, do you need help bringing in more customers each month? Very simple, very, very simple. No need to talk about a cost per click, a Facebook pixel, anything like that. So make sure you're not speaking in too much in industry jargon. Make sure the content that you put out is strategic, it's in alignment with what you're selling. But once you have that exposure, and then you have the right exposure, you've got your message dialed down, you have your target market dialed down, so you know that you're going to help small businesses. Let's say you're going to help landscapers generate more domestic residential clients, and you do that through paid advertising. Okay? So now you have it dialed in. Now you need to push that hard. You can, if you're starting out, leverage as many organic strategies as you can. So TikTok organic, Facebook organic, YouTube organic. There's organic methods on all platforms. But squeeze in by a JCB. The joys of back roads in Ireland. And once you start getting some momentum, you're going to gain some interest. You're going to start getting some leads in, people who want to pay you for your services or for your information. So now you need to put a price point on it. How much am I going to charge people for this now? Am I going to charge a monthly recurring amount? Are you going to charge is it a once-off thing? And what's the price point going to be? Is it going to be €500 a month, or is it going to be a one-time payment of 10 grand? Or what's it going to be? So you need to dial all that end of it in and have that prepared. Next thing, you need to make sure that you have a sales process. So when a lead comes in, how soon do you follow up with that lead? What method do you use to follow up with that lead? Do you follow up with a phone call, a text message, a Zoom call? What do you say on the phone call? What do you say on the Zoom call? To take them on a journey from the start of the call, where it's a complete stranger, to actually converting them into a customer and paying you up front. And you want to make sure that your personal brand businesses, whether you're selling a service or information, it's cash flow positive. Okay, please excuse the rattly camera here on the old Irish roads. You want to make sure that you have a conversion, a sales process in place, and then most importantly is once you get the money in the bank and you have them on board, you better provide top class value. You need to make sure that if they're paying you 10 grand or €100, whatever it is, that they're getting value for their money. Okay, you could be a life coach, you could be a dietitian, like I said, you could be anything. You could be helping people improve, showing people how to build a vegetable garden out the back of their house, how to grow potatoes and oranges. Like, there's so many different niches out there. Everybody has something to offer. And even if you feel like you don't, go out and learn something new like I did. When I started out, I did not know how to run Facebook ads or build a website, so I learned how to do it. Then I started selling that service, and then I perfected it. I'm at a stage now where I don't build websites at all. Now I hire people. I've got staff, I've got media buyers, I've got Google Ads media buyers, Facebook, Meta, Instagram media buyers, I've got social media marketers, account managers, website development team, and I work on the business now rather than in the business. But at the start I was doing everything, and I slowly started to learn how to delegate. So you don't just delegate tasks and roles, but you also delegate responsibility, so that people can actually make decisions within your business and not having to come back to you each time a decision needs to be made. You learn to delegate, you learn to put systems in place, and with those systems you have processes in place. So then pretty much your business can run on autopilot. And that's something that I help a lot of my guys with, is that how to actually take your business from, let's say, a 10k per month business where you're doing a lot of the stuff yourself, building it into a 100k per month business where you've got systems and processes and people in place to run it for you. And then you've got a business that not only can it run without you, you still get your salary as the owner, but you could sell that business. Because if a business is too dependent on you and you try to sell it, it won't be worth a whole lot unless you're going with it, unless somebody buys the business, but they get you too. And oftentimes that happens. You have to go and you have to work with, if you sell your business, you have to stay working inside of it for the next 5-10 years or whatever. But if you build a business that can run without you, that's the dream, you know, that's the ideal. And I recommend to everybody, is no matter what your business is, start it as a personal brand if that's where you're at. Build it into a company that you can sell, that can run without you. Even if you never intend on selling it, you might just keep it. You might just keep it and keep your salary, and you know, you might love that business, but at least you have the option. You know, maybe you'll want to retire down the line, you want to sell that business, you might get 7 figures, 6 figures for it, whatever it might be. Anyhow, my cigar has gone out, so I'm going to finish that video there. But that is easily, definitely, for trying to get some cash flow coming in, high profit margins, low costs, leverage a personal brand, start putting out your content online, and be persistent. Make sure you choose your niche, choose your service, refine it down really well. It'll take you a little bit of time putting out content to really dial in your message. And once you start getting some clients, make sure they're getting good value. Then learn how to systematize, develop processes, delegate, and you are on your merry way. I'm going to go relight my cigar, guys. Have an awesome day, and hope to hear from you in the comments.